Have you ever wondered about the stories that shaped one of the world's largest civilizations? What tales of courage, faith, and wisdom have echoed through the corridors of time, inspiring millions across generations? Today, we journey back through history to uncover some of the most powerful and moving stories from the Islamic world. These aren't just historical accounts, they are profound narratives filled with lessons that resonate even in our modern lives. From the unwavering conviction of prophets to the extraordinary compassion of ordinary people, these stories reveal the very heart of a rich and diverse heritage. So, get comfortable as we travel back in time to explore tales of sacrifice, justice, and unwavering belief that have left an indelible mark on humanity. Our first story takes us to the very beginning, with the Prophet Abraham, known as Ibrahim in Islam. Imagine being asked to sacrifice what you love most. This was the test Ibrahim faced. For years, he and his wife Sarah prayed for a child, and in their old age, they were blessed with a son, Ishmael, or Ismail. His love for his son was immense. But then came a divine command in a dream. He was to sacrifice Ismail. Can you feel the weight of that command? The heartbreak and confusion he must have felt. Yet, Ibrahim's faith was unshakable. He spoke to his young son, who, with incredible maturity and faith of his own, replied, "O my father, do as you are commanded. You will find me, if God wills, of the steadfast." As Ibrahim prepared to fulfill the command, his hand was stayed at the last moment. A ram was provided as a substitute. This story is not about blind obedience but about the ultimate trust in a higher wisdom and the profound love between a father and son, both willing to submit to a divine plan they couldn't fully comprehend. It is a powerful lesson in sacrifice and faith that is commemorated every year by Muslims worldwide during the festival of Eid al-Adha. Next, we journey to ancient Egypt, to the story of the prophet Joseph, or Yusuf. His tale is a timeless epic of betrayal, perseverance, and eventual triumph. As the favored son of Jacob, Yusuf's own brothers, consumed by jealousy, threw him into a well and sold him into slavery. From the depths of a well to the heights of power in a foreign land, Yusuf's life was a roller coaster of trials. He was falsely accused and imprisoned for years, yet he never lost his faith or his integrity. While in prison, he became known for his remarkable ability to interpret dreams. This gift eventually brought him before the Pharaoh of Egypt. Yusuf not only interpreted the Pharaoh's dream of 7 fat cows and 7 lean ones, foretelling years of plenty followed by severe famine, but he also devised a brilliant plan to save the entire nation from starvation. He was appointed to a high office, overseeing the country's granaries. Years later, his own brothers, who had betrayed him, came to Egypt seeking food, not recognizing the powerful man before them. Instead of seeking revenge, Yusuf chose forgiveness. He orchestrated a family reunion that healed old wounds and demonstrated the incredible power of compassion over bitterness. His story teaches us that even in our darkest moments, there is hope, and that true strength lies in forgiveness and trusting the larger plan. Now, let's turn to a story of profound wisdom and justice, featuring the Prophet Solomon, or Suleiman. Known for his incredible wisdom, his ability to speak with animals, and his magnificent kingdom, Suleiman's reign was legendary. One of the most famous stories involves 2 women who came to him, both claiming to be the mother of the same baby. It was a classic he said, she said dilemma, but with a life at stake. How could he possibly know the truth? Suleiman listened to both women patiently. Then, he made a shocking proposal. He called for a sword and declared, "I will cut the baby into and give each of you a half." The court fell silent. One woman agreed, saying, "If I can't have him, neither can she." But the other woman cried out in horror, "Please, my lord, give her the living baby. Don't kill him." In that desperate, selfless plea, Suleiman found his answer. He knew that a true mother would rather see her child live in the arms of another than see him harmed. He gave the baby to the second woman. This story is a masterclass in psychological insight and justice. It shows that true wisdom isn't just about knowing facts, it's about understanding the human heart. It's a timeless reminder that compassion is often the clearest sign of truth. Our journey now takes us to the Arabian Peninsula, to the life of the Prophet Muhammad, peace be upon him. Before he received his first revelation, he was known throughout his community in Mecca as Al-Amin, the trustworthy, and as Sadiq, the truthful. His integrity was unquestionable. One famous incident illustrates this perfectly. The Kaaba, the sacred cube-shaped building in Mecca, was being rebuilt after a flood. When it came time to place the sacred black stone back into its corner, the leaders of the different clans all vied for the honor. Tempers flared, and a conflict seemed inevitable. They argued for days, on the brink of battle. Finally, they agreed that the next person to enter the sanctuary would be their arbitrator. And who walked in? The young Muhammad. Seeing him, they all relaxed, trusting his judgment. He didn't pick one clan leader over another. Instead, he laid his cloak on the ground, placed the stone in the center, and asked a representative from each clan to take a corner of the cloak and lift it together. He then took the stone himself and placed it in its final position. With this simple, brilliant solution, he preserved the honor of every clan and prevented bloodshed. This story shows his incredible wisdom, his humility, and his skill as a peacemaker long before his prophethood. It teaches us the power of inclusive leadership and finding common ground to unite people. Let's now explore a story about a woman of incredible strength and faith, Hajar, the wife of Ibrahim. After being left with her infant son Ismail in the barren valley of Mecca, she found herself alone with dwindling supplies. The water ran out, and her baby began to cry from thirst. Desperate, Hajar ran back and forth between the two nearby hills, Safa and Marwa, searching for water or any sign of a caravan. She climbed one hill, scanned the horizon, saw nothing, and ran to the other. She did this 7 times, her hope fading with each frantic trip. Imagine her desperation, alone in the scorching desert, her child's life hanging by a thread. But she didn't give up. She kept moving, kept searching, putting her trust in God. After her 7th run, she returned to Ismail and saw a spring of water bubbling up from the ground where his heel had been kicking the sand. This was the spring of Zamzam, which miraculously continues to flow to this day. Hajar's desperate search is honored by millions of Muslims every year during the Hajj pilgrimage, as they walk between Safa and Marwa. Her story is a powerful symbol of a mother's love, perseverance in the face of absolute hopelessness, and the idea that divine help often comes when we have exhausted all our own efforts. Finally, we look at a story of immense generosity from the early Muslim community. During a time of severe famine and drought in Medina, a wealthy companion named Uthman ibn Affan had a large caravan of goods arrive from Syria, 1,000 camels loaded with wheat, olive oil, and raisins. The merchants of Medina rushed to him, offering to buy the entire caravan, doubling and tripling their price offers. But Uthman refused them all. He told them, "I have a buyer who offers me much more." The merchants were confused. Who could possibly offer more? Uthman then revealed his intention, "I offer this entire caravan as a charity to the poor of Medina. My buyer is God, who promises a reward of at least tenfold, and up to 700 times or more." He gave away his entire fortune in one go, ensuring that every family in the city had food. This act of monumental charity saved the city. It is a story that beautifully illustrates the Islamic principle of social responsibility, and the belief that true wealth lies not in what you keep, but in what you give away for the good of others. It is a powerful lesson in empathy and the impact one person's generosity can have on an entire community. From the ultimate test of faith to the ultimate act of forgiveness, from profound wisdom and judgment to the quiet strength of a mother. These stories from Islamic history are more than just ancient tales. They are a treasure trove of inspiration, offering timeless guidance on how to live with courage, compassion, and integrity. They show us that in the face of adversity, faith can move mountains, and in moments of decision, wisdom and empathy are our greatest tools. These narratives have shaped the values of a civilization and continue to inspire people of all backgrounds to this day. They remind us that the most powerful stories are those that speak to the core of our shared humanity. Thank you so much for joining us on this historical journey. We hope these stories have given you a new perspective and something valuable to reflect on. If you enjoyed this documentary, please give it a thumbs up, and don't forget to subscribe to our channel for more content that explores the fascinating stories of our world. We'd love to hear your thoughts in the comments below. Which story resonated with you the most? Until next time, stay curious.